India is trying to, with GlobalBees, do what Thrasio has done in the West. In fact, GlobalBees has gone ahead and raised $150 million in Series A funding. This is the largest Series A funding that you've seen in this space in India, and some very, very marquee investors joining the cap table, led by FirstCry. And joining us today is now the co-founder and CEO of GlobalBees, Nitin Agarwal. Nitin, congratulations, $150 million in Series A funding. Tell our viewers who all you've got on the cap table.
Well, as we've already said, this round has been led and anchored by FirstCry and some of its investors. We are also very happy to welcome Lightspeed to our cap table. Highly encouraged by the support that we've got from all the investors that have invested and shown trust on the platform, and gives us a lot of opportunity to build out a great consumer company, which is what our vision is.
So, you're trying to do what Thrasio did in the West. Do you think India is ready for it, or it can be as big in India? Because, the times have also changed. You'll also be competing with, let's say, a social commerce, which is emerging as a big trend.
Absolutely. If you look at social commerce or so many, marketplace platform and a D2C platform, there were very few people who were working on the brands. And I think even on D2C, we've seen a lot of individual brands kind of working and scaling up. Our idea is to actually be enablers to social commerce, Insta-commerce, and there's some great platforms that have come in India and globally. But there have been very little support for the brands to be able to distribute across these platforms. And I think it requires a specialized player to be able to enable the brands to sell on those multiple platforms and constantly evolve. And that's what we are here to do. So more the platforms like social commerce emerge, the more opportunities it is for us. And we are very excited about all the opportunities we're getting at this point of time.
I believe you're going to be using this $150 million to also invest in direct-to-consumer brands. Tell us more about that. And I should say at this point, attention startup owners and founders of D2C brands.
Yes, that is right. See, our idea is to essentially partner with a lot of entrepreneurs in the ecosystem. I think VCs and private equity players in the last 20 years have done a brilliant job to enable the Indian entrepreneur ecosystem. This is like a step up from there. We want to participate in that ecosystem, partner with a lot of brands, and there are hundreds and thousands of brands in India which are coming up, which are innovative, doing great innovations. And in some way, we want to help and partner with these entrepreneurs to enable them to expand these brands both in India and globally, and make a kind of a statement of India that India is a place of great innovations, which can go on and create an impact at the world.
And how will you choose which D2C brands you want to partner with, or rather invest in? Can you share that with us? And I'm asking this also on behalf of, you can understand, the D2C startup founders.
Yeah, see, essentially we're looking at great innovations. We're looking at great teams. We're looking at potential of the brands which are there. See, historically, if you look at consumer companies, they're distributed largely at scale. Innovations has been limited. Obviously, last 4 or 5 years, there have been great innovations. So what we look at is a good product market fit, the brand which has reached a certain scale, have a certain economics, and it's ready for that, as we call it, hockey stick curve. And I think as a partner, we can bring a lot of our expertise. There is a different kind of expertise to take a brand from a 0 to 1, and then there is a different kind of expertise which is required from 1 to 10 and a 10 to 100. We are essentially looking at the teams and the product ideas and innovations, where the 0 to 1 is kind of already happened, and then we can enable the brands to go to 1 to 10 and 10 to 100.
Okay. How do you, I mean, I'm sure you feel great, Series A funding at $150 million. We've seen some very large Series A rounds of late, right? Is it because of global liquidity? And if you're going to get this kind of money in Series A, what does it mean for GlobalBees going forward?
Well, as I said, we want to be true to our objective. India has shown that the money will follow on to the great ideas and the great businesses which have been built. And at the end of the day, every investor, every capital owner wants to look at returns and great opportunities. So we don't think too much about capital. We believe in execution, and that's been our core focus. We want to keep our heads down, make sure we do the right things, and we believe with the great partners we have, that will enable us for a long stay. So don't think too much about it. I think the world has shown that enough. Just focus on execution at this point of time.
With that, I'd like to thank you for joining us live on this edition of Startup Central. Wish you all the very best. We'd love to have you back soon on the show to talk about the D2C trends.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And with that, it's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Many thanks for tuning in.